The essence of the heart consciousness game is about expanding the experience of peace in our human lives, about connecting to the love of the unique life that we all are, and getting to see the way that that life plays dynamically with our world, and to feel the expansion of this love through the experience of the mind, through the lightening of our humanness. And that is really defined by our mind, our perception of ourselves. So anyway, this space here now is just going to start with a minute of expressing the challenge that this game presents to our human. And then we will drop into just a meditation space together. And the invitation, as always, is to take what resonates, leave the rest. Maybe you stay for 5 minutes, however long that you are resonating with this space is perfect. So with that, yeah, we'll just express the beauty of the essence of a game in general, which always has a challenge. And from my perspective, I didn't always take this life as a enjoyable experience. From a lot of our human minds, we experience a lot of anxiety and stress connected to the culture and our relationship with things. So this game is about having a radical new approach and way of moving in life by embracing the challenge that it is to be human with more lightness, with the lightness of our spirit, with lightness of the understanding of our interconnection and as the source within us. So this introductory round, this intro challenge is just presenting that the essence, the purpose of this game is to challenge our human way of doing things, to expand our experience of peace, to do this consciously, to recognize that this is what we inherently want. Perhaps we haven't been going about it the right way, and now we can recognize a challenge for ourselves that no matter where we find ourselves, our job, our work, our challenge is to expand our experience of peace here and allow that energy to flow into our world. So with that, let's embrace sometimes the challenge of even being in stillness. The challenge of deepening our breath, allowing the breath of life to flow through us with greater depth. Without resistance to it. accepting the wholeness of ourselves as we find ourselves settling into this space of the here and now. There's something so empowering about recognizing the source of our own peace is ourself. And on this human journey of the mind that sees in polarity and others, it may be quite an adventure to come to this essential recognition. We may be looking for our peace in other people, in our work, in any kind of aspect of our life where we've experienced peace in the past, perhaps, or we've seen it and projected that into our future from some perception of others, how we perceive the realization of peace to come. Yet as we continue on this inner journey, the spiritual journey, the journey of the self, we continue to be reflected and shown by life that it is not the outer world that gives our lasting peace and happiness. As it's this message that liberates our continual seeking in the ever-changing world. But oh man, that seeking can be persistent. And it can be a challenging lesson that this earth realm has to teach. Yet there is something within us that knows, that is never truly separated from this lasting, eternal peace and happiness that we really seek. This essence of being that consciously or unconsciously drives us, fuels us. May we allow this fire at the centermost core of our being, the source of our peace and happiness. May we allow this fire to gently purify the resistance to our here now. Somehow experiencing this gravity of our human existence as grounding, transforming the thought energy at the surface of this human agitation, vibration. Transforming from those forms of thoughts that we may have once taken so seriously or really gotten into the weeds of those thought patterns that can be so loud at times. The power of peace transforms those thoughts by allowing them to take new form, transmute into a grounding presence. And as we continue on this journey, recognizing that fire of our being, allowing thoughts to evaporate and transform with non-resistance and non-attachment to them, as this is the nature of our changing world and experience. All is coming and going in our awareness. Our experience of peace in the mundane expands. We choose not to engage the fight, whether that is within ourself, our inner world, where we can experience the conflict, or whether that is in our outer relationships or our relationship with the complex world that we seem to exist in. Our experience of ourself as this energy of peace grows. We find ourselves responding to life in a lighter way, We may find that life doesn't happen according to our plans very often, yet that there's something deeper here that is revealing to us. A guidance beyond the perception of our individual mind. A truth that we don't really have to understand or grasp with words, as our understanding and language is transforming anyway. Even our reaching for truth in words, be it from books or spiritual teachings or teachers or other beings, that seems to soften and lighten as well, as we recognize in and through our life and one another that this humanity is imperfect, yet the wholeness that contains us all is the perfection. And we are realizing ourself as inseparable from this whole perfection, even as we experience our human evolution. Even as we experience the purification of our mind, the journey of that. A sigh of relief. Maybe all this trying to figure things out was just looking from one perspective. And maybe there is a greater awareness in which the effort of trying and the subtle resistance that is there simply dissolves. thoughts more easily come and go in our experience of them. And there's this gentle, subtle way in which inspired action arises. Accepting the human challenge to expand peace in our every experience. We find not what we expected, but a life flowing through us nonetheless. The mind evolves to new levels of being. While the essence of being remains unchanged. This essence of being is beneath the words, beneath the thoughts, the feelings. Yet our experience of it changes. And this is the magic of the inward, spiritual, whatever you choose to call it, journey, conscious, the journey of consciousness, is that we align our mind with this unchanging essence of peace, of love, of our true nature, our spirit that is eternal. We align the mind in the awareness, in the knowing that this is what we are truly here for. And while our human experiences may and will go through its unique journey of change and transformation, we are not separate from that awareness of being that is infinitely present. So we can experience all the changes, we can experience our human life with the expanding sense of peace. Not because peace itself grows, but because it grows in our experience. As we are in this human experience. With consciousness. With the intentionality of being, and realizing the fullness of our true self. There seems to me this beautiful simplicity that, of course, we all want this essence of peace, love, fulfillment. And we can return to this in any situation. And through us, this essence radiates into the world. This is the acceptance of this human challenge and the beginning of the game. When I free others, situations from being the determiner of my state of being, when I free others and situations from needing to be any other way than they are, I free myself and I liberate the world. As I liberate the world from any confines of thinking, we exist in our liberation. We are free together. Creation of love emerges. or we simply realize the creation of love through our being. In the evolving human play, we embrace and accept our challenges with lightness, with gratitude, as our skillfulness expands. The experience of peace expands through us. Challenges transform into higher purpose. The purpose of freedom. The liberation of the world as it is to become new in our conscious awareness. Free to be love. There were never any walls or constrictions on this most essential freedom. And as we see it now, the fire, the light of our being sparks. Sparks into our experiences. The expansion of light. Being the light of the world and seeing this light expand is the treasure of this human game. And as we free ourselves and each other in our mind, the relationships that we get to have serve this freedom, the collaboration and the co-creation is just simply natural, spontaneous, synchronistic. We have this experience of the mind's expansion in lightness. what pulls us seems to transform from this heavier energy, these heavier modes of thinking and perceiving, to this inspiration, these lighter ways of sharing and connecting with life. Our only job, our only work is to expand the experience of peace through our humanness. And we recognize a guidance of the whole of life. A naturalness of life, an ease of our being. The things that used to bother us, that used to trigger strong opinions, these all soften, and our playfulness grows. Wisdom reveals through the ordinary experiences, the ordinary things of life. Our tension relaxes, our resistance relaxes. Oh, such grace is this. Our mind is happier as it is put to work for the greatest mission that serves us all. Somehow, a perfection unfolding. We no longer need to figure it out and make it happen from stress. And we naturally get to share and extend our own peace, our own light, our own love beyond the human concept of it. It expands beyond this concept. It is realized as the essence of creation. And we no longer seek to make anything out of alignment with our essence, the essence of creation in love, in peace. All is included. All is part of the game, the play of life, of divine love. Our mastery ignites and is unbroken. Compassion extends through us, from within us. We are one interconnected humanity that heals through our own healing. Thank you so much for accepting the challenge, for meeting in this space devoted to peace, not human perfection, where we can reflect to each other in this spaciousness. all that we are here for. Infinite love. May we continue to accept our challenge to expand the experience of peace through our unique beings.